This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by GoToMeeting, online meetings made easy. And you can get a free 30-day trial if you go to gotomeeting.com/Turks.
A British judge on Tuesday decided that she needs more evidence to determine whether or not a parent can make the decision to have her mentally disabled daughter sterilized.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is an interesting story because a woman in England, she's identified as Mrs. P. We don't know anything else about her. Has a daughter who has a severe learning disability. She has already given birth to one child, and she's pregnant with her second child, the mentally disabled daughter. And she, according to the mother, does not have the ability to take care of the children. So all of a sudden, the mother is stuck taking care of the children, right? And she says, look, I don't have the money to take care of more children. If she continues to have kids, all of a sudden the government's going to have to take care of them. And I don't know if you guys want that, right? So she goes to court and she wants to get permission to have her daughter sterilized. And, you know, at this point, she does not have the permission. But I thought that it was an interesting question. Do you think that a parent should make that decision for their mentally disabled child?
Look, that is such a tough question. I'm not sure where to come out on that.
Yeah, same
This might
here.
be the first time in Young Turks history where I don't have a strong opinion. Look, on the one hand, you know, if anybody else is doing it, you say, oh, hell no. I mean, you don't get to make that decision for her. On the other hand, if she truly is disabled and it's her mom, well, then, you know, then I think it's a slightly different question, you know, because, okay, then if she doesn't even know what she's doing and she's having sex and getting impregnated, how many times? Maybe she'll do it 17 times. I mean, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like, because she doesn't know. So, first of all, I know this much. You'd have to be extraordinarily careful. Like 17 judges and doctors would have to sign off on it, in my opinion, for that to happen. You see what I'm saying? I can't just have the mother pushing a button and sterilizing. She had a learning disability. She was reading a little slow. Boom, sterilized. No.
Yeah, that makes me uncomfortable. And I agree with you. I'm having a difficult time coming up with a strong opinion on this as well. But I just feel like whenever there is someone who is considered a menace to society, and I'm not saying that she's considered a menace to society, but when it comes to people who are addicted to drugs, or people who have been convicted of sexual molestation, or people who have mental disabilities, there's always someone who says, we got to sterilize them. Yeah. How many times have we done these stories? It's like, I'm sure that there's a better solution than to just go ahead and sterilize them. I mean,
look, they don't even belong in that category, obviously, right?
Right.
And so you feel even worse for them that somebody's suggesting they go in that category. But this isn't some random person.
Exactly.
You know? So,
yeah.
So, you know, look, JR has common sense. I'm curious as to what his take on this is. JR, Justice Jackson, I'd like to reach out to you in L.A. to help us solve this case.
I had a feeling you guys were going to do this to me. Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, no, it's not that simple. Yeah. I think in that circumstance, of course, you go over the situation. You don't just take a mother's word for it that she can't do this and that she's actually taking care of these kids. She can maybe just say, I don't think my daughter takes care of these kids well enough and I have to help so much, we should sterilize her. That's wrong. But I think there really needs to be a real assessment of what's happening, how it's working out. If the mother is doing all this, if the mother is in a dire need and is going to end up taking care of 5 kids that she doesn't have the money or resources to do, and then the kids are going to get taken away anyway. And now these kids are wards of the state, and then it becomes a disaster, and these kids' lives are already negatively affected. And, of course, they can still have a decent life. But for kids who aren't here yet, I don't know. I mean, talk to them all.
Yeah.
You really have to see the situation. But, I've said it before. I don't think it's the end of the world if someone can't have kids anymore, because there's a lot of people who just naturally can't have kids, and they continue to live. They're okay.
And these days, everybody's in different offices in different cities. The one way you can all get together is gotomeeting.com. You're all online at the same time.
Right, and it's super easy. All you need is a computer, internet connection, 2 minutes, boom, you're set up.
You can share documents. A guy puts up a document in Miami, the other one sees it in San Francisco. You can, in fact, amend it. You can do sales presentations, very convenient.
And the best part of all this is that you get a free 30-day trial by going to gotomeeting.com/Turks.
Go.